Hello everyone and welcome back to Form of Therapy. This is the Culture Study. I'm the channel's video producer and your host. You can call me PD. And today we are checking out Scared by P1Harmony. The Korean title for this is 겁나니, which actually is more of a question. It's like, are you scared? So we're going to check this video out and see how that fits into the context of this video. Now, guys, if you enjoy this channel, if you want to support us, and if you're a P1Harmony fan, turns out I actually like P1Harmony too. So we checked out their previous debut release for Siren before, and on our Patreon, we actually had a handful of patrons who suggested that I check out P1Harmony's variety content. So I checked out P1Harmony's introduction stuff, and now we're checking out the P1Harmonition series, and I really like them. They're really entertaining and really funny, but also really talented. So if you want to check that out with us, you can visit our Patreon. We do have bonus reactions to live stages and live streams and stuff like that, but our P1Harmony stuff is in our variety tiers, so keep that in mind. But any support is greatly appreciated. Guys, thank you. If you're a patron, thank you for becoming a patron. If you've been a patron, thank you. If you're going to become a patron or you're considering it, we really appreciate it. But, you don't have to support us monetarily if you don't want to or you can't. You could just subscribe. Guys, if you enjoy what we do on this channel, if you want to see me keep doing this, I can't keep doing this if y'all don't subscribe. So subscribe. All right, so let's watch today's video. This is Scared, aka 겁나니 by P1Harmony, and this is your form of therapy. All right, creepy intro. Sick. Oh my god. All right, bit of a noise machine. I don't know how I feel about that yet. We'll see. Ooh, interesting start. Started out with the rappers. Oh, June got a haircut. That's interesting. They didn't transition into the chorus like your usual drop. Let's listen to it again. Let's look out for it in the second chorus. Taeyo's pre-chorus part is potentially my favorite, and Gil too. Like, they really build the pre-chorus really well. Weird. This is almost like a Digipetty video. Like the aesthetic of the video greatly reminds me of Luna's Butterfly, like same cinematography and everything. Oh shit, I like this bridge. Oh, soul. Okay. Okay. This has definitely grown on me. What? Wait. What was that? That whole outro was like a third verse. That was interesting. Rain leaked through the cracks of the world when the brave children... Alright, let me finish that. When the brave children crashed into it. Rain continuously poured as the dirt had to be washed out. Wow. Oh, it's a DigiPenny production! Oh my god! It's literally a DigiPenny production! It says DigiPenny up here. Production, yeah. Okay, so the cinematography looked exactly like DigiPenny style. DigiPenny likes to, they like to incorporate a lot of cinematic lighting, which is basically very minimal lighting. They like to, basically the process of placing your subject in front of your light source, which like here would be like the great big blue sky. Like that's just like a classic like movie, like very much like a indie cinematic movie type of thing. But even the use of like the blues and reds here, like it's very similar to Luna So What. And then the cinematography, like when they're outside, is like this is very much like their Butterfly. So wow, can't believe I picked that out. Just that was interesting. Anyways, I actually like the song a lot. It grew on me very quickly. By the end of it, I definitely wasn't sure about this chorus, but by the end of it, I was completely sold on it. It's a lot of fun. The production of the song is kind of all over the place, but in a very interesting way. Like, I'm starting to notice that as we kind of progress, by the way, I made a mistake in my Stacy video recently where I said Stacy with 5th gen. It's not what I meant to say. I meant to say that Stacy is kind of ushering in the 5th gen sound. They're kind of at the tail end of 4th gen. P1Harmony is the same, but something that I'm starting to notice a lot more that I think is going to bleed into 5th gen a lot is that their K-pop productions nowadays are playing with like structure a lot, and they're playing with sound a lot. Like Golden Child's Burn It, even though that's like a very very generic EDM sound, they made it anything but generic. They made it interesting by playing with the construction of it. And so this too, like that mechanical sound, very definitely fork in the garbage disposal at first, but the more I listen to it and playing with like the delivery, like especially starting out with the rap intro, starting with Intak and Jongsup stuff, was a pretty good opening. And I think every player here, they kind of serve really well in this video. I don't think we deserve the serve, but they did. Intak's rapping, I'm still blown away by how great Intak is as a rapper. Like when I watch the variety stuff, he's just so wholesome and like seems like such a good like guy next door church oppa type of guy, and then just blows it away as a rapper. Same with Jongsup, but everyone serves their positions really well. I think I love Taeho. I think Taeho building up the pre-chorus along with Kyo, they do a really good job of that. I think it adds a depth to the song that I think, and a weight to the song that I think that the mechanical song does not. Like whenever the mechanical like sound is playing, it's like very hollow, and that's my least favorite part. But I actually like it now because when you contrast that, like it makes Taeho and Kyo's part worth it, you know. And then Jiyoung, I actually think is great, like as a in the middle of the line player, because he's not necessarily singing. He did have like a little singing moments in, I think, the second verse, but throughout the song I think Jiyoung kind of like plays the line between singing and rapping, where he's like kind of like talk singing, so he's not necessarily rapping, but he's not doing something more melodic either. So he's like somewhere in the middle of them, and I think he is an interesting throughout the song as well. And then Seoul, while he doesn't have too many lines, he actually got, I felt like, a prominent amount of screen time as the dancer, and even having the focus dance break on him. But even just beyond the focus dance break, I did feel like Seoul really kind of stepped it up in terms of like performing on camera. So overall, I would say as a first comeback, it is it's a lot, I feel like it's a lot angrier, and it's maybe a little bit more stylish. It's a little bit more grungy than their initial debut for Siren. But I actually really like Siren because Siren felt like a old kind of second gen type of K-pop sound. And while this is not a second gen sound, I actually still really like it. And to kind of bring it back to Stacy, I'm seeing something interesting where groups will debut with like a really catchy retro sound. I'm not by saying groups, I only mean two, but like I just think it's interesting that Stacy debuted with a really catchy retro sound. So did P1Harmony. Now, not necessarily retro, but they did have a throwback second gen sound. And then with their follow up, they actually kind of flipped the script, and I think both groups did something that I think is going to be progressive and influential for like fifth gen music going forward. But yeah, I would give Komnani Scared a solid 9 out of 10. I'm not saying it's perfect, but I'm not saying it's not perfect either. This is only my first viewing, so my opinions may change. But as of now, I will give this a solid 9 out of 10. It was a solid comeback. All the rappers were excellent. All the vocalists were excellent. I'm actually surprised by how obsessed I am with Taeo's vocals, because I actually really like Kyo as a singer, but Taeo really shines in this song. I think the color of his voice really comes alive in this song. And Jung and Seoul also serve their purposes really well. So solid 9 out of 10 comeback. But guys, what did you think? Let me know in the comments down below what you thought about P1Harmony's first comeback, Scared. And of course, if you want to support the channel and if you want to check out our P1Harmony reactions, go ahead and visit our Patreon. Over on our Patreon, we do have weekly live streams where we check out boy group requests and girl group requests, but also we have boy group, girl group variety releases. We do drama club where we check out K-dramas. We check out reality shows. We're currently watching Kingdom, and we are watching P1 Harmonitions every other week on Tuesdays. So come check that out. We greatly appreciate everyone's support, but of course, if you cannot support us monetarily, please consider at least subscribing. If you subscribe to the channel, at least, if most of you who watch my videos subscribe to the channel, it could greatly help us out. Would really appreciate it. Also, go ahead and check out our other videos over here, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.